Hello all. So welcome to Coordinate Destination. It's a day 6 session. I hope you understand about the previous class topic, everything in the clear way, and it is easy to understandable too. And you have practiced as much as I really believe too. Okay. So hope you have any doubt on the previous topic, guys. So please drop your comment. I'll clarify on that instantly. So going forward on the day 6, we're going to deal with the topic called. Can anyone guess that? That's a topic called fractions here. Okay. So, sir, fraction is a very simple topic, sir, you will say. But, guys, you must also want to know about the what are the application of the fractions that you're going to apply in the quants is very much. You are not only going to apply the thought of fraction in normal direct arithmetic way. You're going also apply the same concept of the fraction in the different way in the different topic of the quants. So that core topic, we just going to ground it everything and we're going to learn anything in a very simple way in a very easy understandable thing. Are you ready, guys? Okay. So first of all, can anyone tell me what is called fraction? We will say the numerator by denominator or x by y or p by q, like what the simple term you will say. But if you want to explain to the common person that he don't know about the particular terminology, how you will explain them? You will explain them as, so the thing called, we can able to call it as the part of a whole. Okay, part of a whole, we can able to call it as the fraction. So always the fraction will be in terms of the rational, okay, like in terms of the numerator by denominator. Like the way of the structure only, the fractional will always looks like. Correct. And guys, you must need to know about the types of the fraction here in the place. That is a very important thing to move on with, to approach the topic with, to approach the questions with. Okay, that you need to be very clear on it. Okay, I'm just going on the types of the fraction by mentioning here in the place. Okay, so the types of the fractions. So the first fractions, we can able to call it as what? That is proper fraction. Okay. And second type, we can able to call it as the improper fraction. And third type, we can able to call it as the like fraction. And fourth one, we can able to call it as the unlike fraction. And fifth one, we can able to call it as what? That is called equivalent fraction. And sixth one, I can able to call it as what? That is called mixed fraction. Okay. So these are the very common types of the fraction you must have to know. But guys, you must need to understand in a very simple way about the definition. We are not going to learn about the definition anyway, but we're going to learn with the experimental thing. I hope you all watched the movie called Saturday Surya. Okay. In that one, we know that who is the villain? That's called S.J. Surya. And who is the hero? We can able to call it as Nani. Okay. So anyhow, any of the film, we will have the so hero is the most powerful person in the end of the scenario. Same like what here in the types of the fraction, you can able to call Nani as a proper fraction and S.J. Surya as a improper fractions here. So going forward, guys, you see this one, we can able to say proper fraction. That is, hero is always the greatest property. Comparing to all the type of the fraction, guys, it may be Sudha as like fraction, it may be Priyanka Mohan as unlike fraction. You can imagine with the character, guys, but still the powerful people in the team, we can able to call it as S.J. Surya and the Nani here. So the probably comparing to the S.J. Surya and Nani, we can able to say that Nani is the powerful with respect to the story there. Then we can able to say that the proper fraction, we can able to call it as a powerful property we can able to mention here in the place. Like what, guys? Here, even 6 type of the fraction also came. only the two kind of the character will come. I mean, so that proper fraction or the improper fraction will come here. But more probably among the proper or improper fractions, we can able to say only the proper fraction is going to stand alone. So that Nani is going to, that hero of the film is going to stand alone. So this is how you can able to understand that the proper fraction is the only parameter you're going to use 70% of the fraction based question. In any mode of the thing, application oriented of the thing, in the direct arithmetic oriented thing, you're going to apply only the proper fraction with the 70% of the manner. Okay, let's learn about the Nani. Sorry, let's learn about the proper fraction. Okay, so coming to the proper fraction, what is mean by the proper fraction? We can able to call that the numerator is less than the denominator. Okay, I can able to symbolize that the numerator is less than the denominator. I'm saying that is numerator is called 1 and the denominator is called 2 here in the place. You see this one, the numerator is less than the denominator. I can able to call it as what? That's called proper fraction. Okay, so going towards improper fraction, guys, we can able to call that the numerator is greater than the denominator. I can able to call it as the improper fraction. Okay, that's like, so 2 by 1. If you see this one, the 2 is greater than the, so the 2 is greater than the denominator. I can able to call this as improper fractions. Okay, and coming to the like fractions, guys, I can able to call it as what? Okay, I can able to call it as, you can able to imagine any of the scenario in the Saturday Surya here, but I'm just going to explain the definition of this one. Like fraction means it looks like same. It look like same. Okay, it will be same like at the denominator. Like you see this one, 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 5 by 2. Okay, you see this, a denominator is keep on coming with the same number that we can able to represent as what? Like fraction. Going to the unlike fraction, guys, we can able to represent like, so 1 by 2, okay, 3 by 5 and 5 by 4 by 7. Like it's keep on changing. It will have either proper or improper or maybe mixed proper or improper. Okay, we can't able to say that, sir, this is one of the proper fraction. No, sir, it will belongs to the either proper or improper fraction or mixed type. Okay, going to the equivalent, it's a different thing. It's a unique one. You can able to, you call the unique one as what? Some of the story you can able to call it as. Okay, I'm not going to represent. You can able to name any of the favorite person you like in the Saturday Surya and you can able to call them as equivalent fraction because equivalent fraction is going to be so superficial and it look like different. Okay, equivalent fraction, it's like the multiple thing. Okay, I'm just calling that 1 by 2, the same value going words. I can call it as a 2 by 4. I can call it next as 3 by 6. I can call it next as 4 by 8 here in the place. So the probably you can see every time the multiple is keep on increasing the 1. So that we can able to call it as the equivalent fraction. Why, sir, you can call it as equivalent? You see this one, potentially we having the initial value as a 1 by 2. If I cancel the next fraction, the 2 by 4, it is also equivalent to what? 1 by 2 only. And 3 by 6, I'll definitely have cancelled this one. It will also give you the same value of what? 1 by 2 here. And 4 by 8, I can able to equivalently, I can call it as 1 by 2 there. So probably, guys, I can able to call this as equivalent fraction. There is no more word. You can suggest any of the name you want here, but equivalent will play a lot. Okay, going to the mixed fraction, guys, it will either compose in the proper or improper fraction. We can't able to decide it whether it is come. We know that we learning from the very childhood days that the equivalent, I mean mixed fraction is composed of 3 numbers. One number's additional thing is composed of the fraction, I mean addition and as well as the product which comes in the scenario. We can able to call it as the mixed type of the fractions there. Okay, like so 4, 3 by 7, you can able to call this one. So if you making this one, guys, 7 times of 4 is equal to 28. This one you need to make a product and next plus 3. Okay, this one you need to make a product like this and remaining one you need to make a plus. So if you make the 7 times of 4 will give you the value called 28. Okay, 28 plus 3 we can able to call it as 31 by 7. Okay, guys, so still now I'm saying here hero, that is Nani is the powerful persons here because proper fraction is going to come 70%. All the different fractions which is mentioned here, everything is going to come under the either hero or villain calls SJ Surya. You can able to take, you can able to manipulate this you can able to work out on this and please write it down on your respective note, because this is a very mandatory things. You must have to differentiate the value with respect to the question they have given, and understand please proper and improper fraction. Okay, guys. So moving on that, so what are the types of questions we will expect from the thing called, so the from the thing called what we can able to call it as the so fractions here. So the first thing we can able to understand, they will ask you the direction based question. Okay, so the direction based questions means that is arithmetic direct fraction based questions. In still even we can able to composite by types there. Okay, you see this one, guys. So we can able to call like, that is largest or the smallest fraction, to identify the largest or smallest fraction. So that is one of the type we can able to call it as. Okay, so smallest or the largest fraction we can able to call it as, or making arranging in the order. Okay, that is a second type. Arranging in order, that is a second category. And the third one we can able to call it as the finding the simple value. Okay, finding the simple value, it is one of the thing. Okay, so and next one is called making the arithmetic operation. Okay, with respect to the arithmetic operation means using the fractions, we just want to do some arithmetic operation like multiplications, addition and subtractions. We can able to call it as the arithmetic operations. And going onwards, you can want to find out the options as well as. Okay, so these are the types of the question they will ask you directly. Okay, so ask you directly, guys. So this you need to understand very clearly, then only you can able to understand the application of the fraction. Coming to the application of the fraction, guys. So let's see what are the place the fraction will play a particular role in the fraction. Okay, so the one thing we can able to call it as the ratio and proportion. Ratio and proportion, it is not a single topic. Under the ratio and proportion, we having some application as well as. Okay, so that you must have to understand it. Okay, so ratio and proportion, that is one of the method we can able to call it as. And next one we can able to call it as the in terms of the permutation. Okay, so that fraction is also one of the very important parameter. And next we can able to call it as a time and work. Okay, so in the time and work also, that particular fraction will play one of the very major important role. They will not ask you the direct fraction over there, but you need to convert the fraction is a very important parameter inside these application we have mentioned over it. So what are the application I've told you? Ratio and proportion and permutation and combination. And third one is called time and work. Okay, these are the very common core topic about which dealing with the fractions. If you learning this topic very clearly, guys, you can able to answer. That is, you can able to make the calculation with respect to the topic in a very easy way that I can able to promise you. Okay, so going onwards, guys. So you're going to learn something here. Okay, the thing like you just want to learn about percentage. Sir, you are talking about the fraction. So then why are you dealing with the percentage here? Guys, so here, I'll tell you one thing, guys. The thing is that if you, while solving your problem, if you're keeping your answers in a decimal, then write on your paper, then you can't able to get the solution anyway. Always try to remember, keeping the decimal is not a good sign. You need to convert in any of the form. We can able to call it as either the fraction or the real number or any of the whole number or making the round off. Anything you can able to do, but you shouldn't keep your answers or methodology in the decimal form. If you're keeping that, it will not give you the correct answer over it. So guys, we having the two methods here with dealing directly with this fraction. So one, we can able to call it as the decimal method. Okay, and the second one, we can able to call it as the elimination method. Okay, so in the elimination method, you see this one, guys. So before that, before learning the elimination method, you must have to understand the decimal method. I'm not going to say that you have to learn one, but you need to know which place you need to apply and which place is very familiar to apply. That you must have to know it here. Okay, so that thing you need to understand, guys, here. First, we will learn why the decimal method. And decimal method is so conventional, you can able to use in all places except the very big numbers. Okay, in a very big numbers, you can able to find out with the elimination method only. In a very big number, it is not easy to find out the decimal method. Okay, so going onwards here, I'm just going to explain what is called decimal. In the decimal, the percentage is involved here. Okay. So percentage means we will call it as something like a ratio with respect to the 100. Okay. So that's what the percentages means by here. Can anyone quickly tell me what is the answer of this? So the answer for this one, we can able to make like within 1 seconds. Okay. You see this one? So canceling this one, guys. You see, this is also 2 digit. This is also 2 digits here. This is also the last digit is 0. Last digit is 0. Then the answer you can able to make directly as 3 cross 4. You don't want to manipulate anything. If you're having the same digit number, if you're having the last 2 digit is equivalent to 0, then you can directly multiply and get the answer called 12. Okay. So this is how you quickly do it. You don't want to think about anything. You can quickly say the answer here. Okay. So going onwards, you see this one 50% of 40. What we can say? That is directly answer called what? 20. Okay, guys. So and next one we can able to call it as 70% of 20. We can able to call it as what? That 14. Okay. So going onwards, we can able to say that 45% of 20 is equal to what? So now you see this, guys, it is also 2 digit number. It is also 2 digit number. Okay. So then how I can able to say this one, but still you see this one, last digits here we having the 5, but last digits here we having 0 there. So then you need to solve very carefully, guys. Okay. This 45 you can able to return as 50 minus 5. That's also 45 only. Okay. So 50, you see this 50 and this one is 20. Okay. That last digit is 0, 0. Then you can able to manipulate this 50% of 20. We can able to call it as 10 there and minus 5, 5% of 20. We can able to call it as what? 1. Okay. So this is how you will get the answer directly with respect to this one. Okay. So 82% of guys, you're going to learn something new here. Okay, every time you're just manipulating with respect to the percentage, guys, you can also change the position. If I change the position, then this 150% can be written as what? 100% plus 50%. 100% of 82 is equal to what? 82. 50% of 82 is equal to what? That is 41. If you're summing that, you will get the answer called what? 1, 2, 3. Very simple. Okay. And next one, so going onwards here, there is 16.6 is percentage of 60 there. Okay. You can able to see this one, guys. It's a very, very easiest one. But if you're using the fraction, okay. If you are using the fraction, guys, you can able to solve this one in a very easily. Okay. So you see this one, guys, we can able to make like a it is a conventional thing. It is not based on the fraction. This is how every conventional people will try to solve it. That 10% of the value we can able to call it as 6. Okay. And 6% of 60 we can able to call it as 3.6. And 0.6 can be able to call it as 0.36 there. And next 0.06 we can able to call it as 0.036. Okay. So this is how you will make the value and you will sum this one and it will give you the 10. That's okay. But this particular method will take you approximately around 1.5 minutes to solve the get and getting the answers here. So guys, if you're using the fraction, you will spend only 3 seconds or 2 seconds get the answer. So let me tell you why. Okay. So you must have to note it down the value of the thing which respect to the fraction. Okay. So the left side which we indicating the fraction. So the right side we are saying about the decimal. So whenever you are approaching the decimal, if you're trying to convert into the fraction like this, that is a very easy to get the answer. Okay. You see this one? 1 by 1 means 100%. 1 by 2 means we can able to call it as 50% or else you can call it as 0.5. So 1 by 3 means we can call it as 33.33. You can call it as 0.33 like. So 1 by 4 means we can able to call it as 25%. 0.25 else. So you can able to call it as 1 by 5 as 0.2. 1 by 6 as 16.66. 1 by 7 as 14.2857 or else you can call it as 0.14. It doesn't matter that anybody can able to call it that. And 1 by 8 we can able to call it as 12.5 there. 1 by 9 we can able to call it as 11.11%. And 1 by 10 we can able to call it as 10% directly or else you can call it as 0.1. So if you want to call the 1 by 11 like 9.09, or else you can be able to call it as 0.09. If you want to call the 1 by 12, we can able to call it as 8.33, that is 0.08. So it is keep on reducing like the way how you taking this one. I hope you understand the topic, guys. So please take down the value very severely here because that is a very important this one. Okay. So going onwards, guys, you see this one, we can able to see that the value of 11.11 percentage of 81. How I can able to solve this one? I can able to take the value of 11.11 as what? What is the value of 0.11? Should I want to take it to the previous one? 11.11 percentage means we can able to call it as what? That is 1 by 9 directly over there. Okay. If I keeping the 1 by 9 directly instead of the 11.11 percentage, now if I cancel that one, I can get the value called 9 directly. If you memorize the one previously, I showed that. Got it. Okay. 16.66 is the same question you have solved in the very previous thing. Okay. Before you learning the fraction based factors. So if you see this one, 16.66, you can directly write it as 1 by 6. If you cancel it, it will give you the value called 7 directly. And 66.66 percentage of 333, you can able to call it as what? That is, we don't have the value called 66.66, but we having the value called 33.33. You have set it as what? We can able to call it as 1 by 3. But we having the value called 66.66. So how can I able to get the value called 66.66? If I multiply this 33 by 33 times of 2 means we can able to get the value called 66.66. Then this value will become a 2 by 3 there. Okay, if I make the 2 by 3 1, I can able to call it as, if I cancel this one, I can able to get the value of what? 222 over there. This is how the fraction will make you to solve the decimal in a fraction of second. So that it is calling the fraction. Okay, and 28.57 there. 28.57 means we don't have still more. We know the value called 14.28. So 14.28 percentage means we can able to call it as the 1 by 7. We having a 28.57 here. Okay, if I multiply this one as 2, we can able to get the same thing here. So then this value we can able to call it as 2 by 7 here in this place. So if I cancel this one, 7 times of 14, I can get the value called 98. So 14 times of 2, I can get the value called what? I can get it as, that's a thing called 98 means 28. We can able to get this one. 14 times of 7, I can able to get the value called 98. 14 times of 2, I can get the value called 28. It's the easiest method. You can use it anywhere in the decimal. But coming to the large numbers, you can go into the elimination method only. I'll tell you what is the elimination method still. Okay. So first, let's us deal this one. 72% of 44. 72% of 44. We can able to call it as what? What is the thing you can able to use it here? 72% of 44.44. How we can able to solve this? So the value is coming here. So, but the value of the 72 is, it's something like look different. So you can able to interchange the value anyway. Okay. Once you interchange, there is no rules, guys. You can able to interchange in both of the sides. It's going to give the same value there. 44.4 more 4 more means we can able to call it as 4 by 9. That is 1 by 9 means we can able to call it as 11.11 percentage. If I'm making the 4 by 9 means it will give you that 44.44, right? So that is the logic we have converted into the 4 by 9. And 9 times of 8, we can able to call it as 72. 4 times of 8, we can able to call it as the value called 32 here then. Okay. And so I having the value here. So it's a loop chain, but let's see. Okay. So we having the value here. I'll give you 15 seconds time. Okay. Let's see how many of them solving the question. If you solve the question, sir, it's look like a big chain. How can we able to solve it? You can able to. If you crack the logic of the question, you can able to find the answer within the 10 seconds. Okay. So first, the thing is that you need to, I'm just replacing the value like this. Once I replacing this one, okay, I can able to make like this one, 1 by 7. And 1 by 7, I can able to. Next, 9.09 means what? I can able to call it as 1 by 11. 7.69 means we can able to call it as 1 by 13 there. Okay. And next 1001, we can also write down by breaking the factor of the number like this. Okay. Once I write down this one, I can able to say all the numbers in the numerator, we can able to cancel by the denominator here by cancelling the value here. Once like this, you see this one 7, 11, 13, 7, 11, 13, and you left with the remaining value called what? That is 1, 2, 3. So the 1, 2, 3 is the final answer we will having here. So if you have time, guys, so please practice all the question. Okay, so this is how the decimal method will work here. I hope you understand about the decimal method now. Now we just going to explore about the elimination method. Okay, how this one is working here, that we just going to elimination, that we just want to deal with here, please. I'm saying again, guys, this elimination method we can't able to use in all the places, but decimal method you can able to use in all the method, but it will take little bit of time than the elimination method. So, sir, you are saying that elimination method will take less time than the decimal method. Yes, of course. If you practice the number of questions, you will definitely make the change between the elimination and the decimal methods there. Okay, let's deal about the elimination method. What is the elimination method here? Okay, so as like I told, here 70% of the questions is dealing with a proper or improper fraction only. I'm just writing the proper fraction first. Okay, so I just having the question like, that is, I don't know the value of the fraction. I'm saying that, so the value called 7 by 2. Okay, and no, I'm making the first proper fraction, that is 2 by 7, and 4 by 9 I'm making it up, and 7 by 7 by 11 I can call this one. Okay, so I having a 3 fraction. Okay, I don't know which one is the greater one, because we can't able to decide the number with respect to the fraction directly here. So we either want to convert it into the decimal, then only we can able to identify the value, or else you need to know the value of the fraction directly. So knowing the value of the fraction directly without the calculator, it is not possible. So probably you must have to know at least the value of the decimal over there. Then you can able to identify whether it is the greatest or smallest. But we going to solve with the question with respect to the elimination method here. So probably which I'm just saying. So you see this one, that is 2 to 7. How much difference is there? Difference means numerator minus denominator, or denominator minus numerator. We are not going to mark any symbol of minus plus, but we just want to find out how much difference is there. So 7 minus 2 I can call it as 5. Okay, that 4 minus 5 I can able to call it as 5 here. Okay, and 7 minus 11 I can able to call it as the 4. Okay, you see this one. So this one is giving the 5 as different. This one is giving the 5 as different. This one is giving the 4 as difference here in the place. So now if I'm asking what is the biggest fractions here, I can able to get it. So according to the proper fraction, if it is generating the biggest difference, so if you're generating the biggest difference, that one we can able to call it as the smallest fraction. Okay, so we can able to call that one as a smallest fraction. Okay, if you're getting the smallest difference, okay, so we will get the biggest fraction. Now I'm asking here, what is the biggest fraction? So the biggest fraction here, you see this one. First you need to check whether all the numbers fractions are proper or improper fraction. Okay, so you see this one, all of them are the proper fraction, because everything is going to give less than the 0. There is 0 point something, it will give you there. Okay, so probably guys, there is 7 by 11 here. I can able to call this one. So this giving the value called the smallest difference among this, please. 5, 5, 4. So 4 is the smallest difference among them. So then it should be the biggest fraction. Then 7 by 11 is the biggest fraction. Okay, fine. Now we having the we having the same number. Then how can I able to find out this one? How can I able to find out this one? You see this one, guys. We can able to know that. So 1 by 7 is equal to what? See 14.28. Or else you can able to call it as 0 0.14. Then that is 2 by 7 means we can able to call it as 0.28 directly. Okay, that's what the thing they have given. Okay, and 4 by 9, 1 by 9 means we can able to call it as 0.11. 4 by 9 means we can able to call it as 0.44. So probably the next biggest fraction we will get here, that is 4 by 9, and the smallest fraction again here, that is 2 by 7 only. So this is how the value you need to calculate with respect to the proper fraction. Improper fraction is totally different, opposite to the proper fraction there. Okay, so you see this one, improper fraction. So that we can able to say that if you're getting the biggest difference, we will get the biggest fraction directly. Okay, and coming to this one, if you're getting the smallest difference, we will get the smallest fraction. We will write directly over it. Okay, that's what the improper fraction is means by. That's what the proper fraction is means by here. Okay, so this is how you will sort out the answer here. So hope you guys understand about this one. Proper fraction means it will generate the value less than the 0. So improper fraction means it will generate the value more than the 1. So by using the elimination method or the decimal method, you can able to solve any of the questions. We just going to explore how we can able to solve the questions here. Okay. So first, I'll take any one of the questions here. Okay. So the question is, that is, find the difference biggest and smallest fraction among 42 by 35, 28 by 24, and 32 by 36, and 50 by 45. So this is my deal of questions here. Okay. So the options they have given 96 by 315. Okay. Option B, that is 14 by 45. Option C, that is 48 by 135. 138. Okay. 135. Sorry. Okay. Option D, that is 44 by 54. Okay. These are the value I having in my hand. So these are the big values now. You can use either elimination or either decimal. Before that, we can able to simplify the number. Okay, you see this one, 42 by 35. So 42 is a multiple of 7th table. We can able to call 7 times of 6 times of 7 is equal to what? That is 72. 5 times of 7 is equal to 35. And here we can able to go with the, again, which table we can able to use here in this one? Guys, anyone having idea about it? 7 times of 4, we can able to call it as 28. And 6 times of 4, we can able to call it as the 24. And here, 32. 32 and 36. 8 times of 4, we can able to call it as 32. 9 times of 4, we can able to call it as the 36. And again here, we can able to call the 10 times of 5, we can able to call it as 50. And 9 times of 5, we can able to call it as the 45 here. This is how I will simplify this one. Now I'm checking whether every value is that respect to the thing called proper fraction or not. That is the first consideration I just want to deal here in the place. Okay. So which is the biggest fraction and which is the smallest fraction? You want to find out the difference is the thing we got. That is the first deal here. Okay. So improper means that is the numerator is greater than the denominator. Proper means we can able to say that that is numerator is less than the denominator. Like what we can able to define the proper fraction and the improper fractions here. According to this one, so this one we can able to call it as what? Improper fraction. This one we can able to call it as what? Again it is an improper fraction. This one we can able to call it as, again it is an improper fraction. Only this one is a proper fraction. The reason that the numerator is less than the denominator here. Got it, guys? So then you can able to say that that is 10 by 9 is the smallest one, smallest fraction, because the proper fraction will give you the value called 0 point something. But here in the improper fraction, all the value will give you more than 1 point something there. Okay. So going to this one, guys, that is 6 by 5 is there. 6 by 5, how you can able to sit out? So let's discuss which is the biggest fraction among this one. Okay. So whether it is 6 by 5, whether it is 7 by 6 or 10 by 9. Okay. So here in this one, you see, this will give you the difference of 1. This will give you the difference of 1. This will also give you the difference of 1. Then here in the place, you need to identify that what? That is decimal method only. Okay. So we know that 6 by 5. 1 by 5 is equal to what? 1 by 5 is equal to what? We can able to call it as 0 0.2. If you multiply by 6, it will give you the value called 1.2 there. Okay. And 8 by 9 means what? 8 by 9 means what? Okay. So sorry. 7 by 6 means what? We can able to call 7 by 6 as what? 7 by 6 means what, guys? We can able to call something like, it will give you the value called something 1.083, like what it will give you. And 10 by 9 means what? 1 by 9 means we can able to call it as 0.1111. So then this will give you that 1.10 something. Okay. So this one is 7 by 6. So the probably, guys, that is 6 by 5 is the greatest value, that it is giving the 1.2, that is 1.20. Okay. So the probably, guys, here that is 6 by 5 is the greatest, that is the biggest value here. We can able to call this one. Okay. So going onwards, we just want to find the difference between the biggest and the smaller here. So the biggest one is what? That is 6 by 5 here. So minus smallest one, we can able to call it as 8 by 9. If you're taking the LCM of this one, we directly know that LCM is 45. Okay. So we need to multiply here in the place of 9. So 9 times of 6. Okay. So minus 8 times of 5. Okay. So by 45. So 9 times of 6, we can able to call it as what? 54. Okay. So minus 8 times of 5, we can able to call it as 40. 54 minus 40, we will get the answer called, here I'm writing, that is called 14 by 45 is the exact answer we will get here in this place. I hope you can able to understand the question. So this is still, it's a difficult question. You can able to try with both the decimal and the elimination method. You can able to use this method, guys, in a very simple way here. Okay. We just go with the next questions here. Okay. So we are having the value call, that is 34 by 18 and 96 by 87 and 76 by 59 here. And I'm asking you, which is the smallest one? Which is the smallest? Okay, tell me what is the smallest fraction? Okay, so finding out the way using the decimal method here, it is not possible. You see this one, all the fractions are a different number, LCM, the prime number, everything is given. So can't able to do all the operation in the 1 minute. It's not possible. Okay, so that probably we can able to use the elimination method here in this place. Okay, so that is the one peculiar method we can able to use this one. So let's see what is the difference between the 18 and 34. 18 and 34, we will get the difference of 16. And so 96 and 87, we will get the difference of what? What is the difference we will get here? That is 9. Okay, and 76 and 59, what is the difference you will get here? That is 17 we will get here in this place. Now, you just want to identify what is the smallest fraction. Among, you see this one, guys. So this one, we can able to call it as what? So all this one, we can able to call it as the improper fraction only. In improper fraction, which is the smallest one? That is the smallest fraction. Okay, you see this one. So 96 by 87, it is giving the smallest fraction called 9 among the 69 and 70. So the probably the smallest fraction, the answer we can able to say directly as 96 by 87 is the correct answer. Have you got it, guys? So this is how you need to identify the answer with respect to this one. Okay, so I'll explain one more questions here. So with respect of this one, so that will be very important thing. Okay, that arrange the order. Okay, that I'm writing here 23 by 25, and 8 by 7, 17 there, and 11 by 23. You just want to arrange the following order in the descending. Okay, you want to arrange this order in the descending. That is the deal now. Okay, so first I just want to check in whether everything in the given number is the proper fraction or not. Okay, so proper fraction or improper fraction. This is called proper fraction because numerator is less than the denominator here. And again, so 23 by 25, we will get that it's also the proper fraction. This is also the proper fraction. This is also the proper fraction. Then all the thing which we having here is the proper fractions here. Okay, there is 11 to 13. If you see this one, we will get that difference of 2. Okay, 23 by 25, we will get the difference of again 2. Okay, and 18 out of 17, we will get the difference of what? That is 9. Okay, so 11 to 23, 11 to 23, we will get the difference of 12. Okay, guys. So according to the proper fraction, if we getting there, so which is the biggest value, that should be the smallest fraction. Okay, so then either it is 11 by 13 or 23 by 25. Okay, so in this kind of the concern, you can able to use either decimal method, or if you seeing this is the biggest number, so then you compare this one. If it is having the same type of the difference you're getting in the place, you see this one, compare the number, which is the greatest one, that should be the greatest fraction. You can able to call it as 23 by 25. It is the greatest fraction. Directly you can put it up. You don't want to work out it. 11 by 13 then. Okay, and here, which is the next smallest value? 9 is the next smallest value. Then 9 is the next biggest fraction there. Okay, that is 18 by 17 then. And 12 is the common answer here in this place. So the probably we can able to call it as what? We can able to call it as 11 by 23 is the value will come here. Okay, 11 by 23 will come here in the place. So this is how we will tell the answer here in the way. Okay, so this is how we will find out the fraction comparison. Here in the session, you have understood about the basic fraction type. Okay, so in the basic fraction, you not only going to evolve this one, so this is going to apply in the different application. So the probably guys, you need to work out on this one, different type of the question in terms of the fraction. You need to apply either elimination method or either decimal method. You need to use both the method also based on the situation. You need to apply on it. I hope you understand the topic very clearly, guys. So please practice this question. We have solved many questions here and we have approached many example type of the method. Okay, so please go through all the things. If you have any doubt on this particular one, so please command me. I'll respond to that. Hope you guys clear with this one. We will see you in the next class. Have a nice day, guys. Thank you.
Hey, hold on. I'm back. I'm super excited to inform you that in last 2 months, we've been able to conduct around 50 drives and around 100 plus students have been selected for various MNCs. The packages are ranging from 3.5 to 10 lakhs. Stay tuned for more information by subscribing us on our YouTube channel, by liking our social media platforms like Facebook, Insta and LinkedIn. Thank you.